Last night was something sacred. We feasted in honor of our ancestors, especially Nana. The altar was full, full of meaning, full of intention. We offered pink candles for softness, sweetness, and divine feminine healing. Mango, her favorite, ripe and sweet, like the joy she left behind. A lemon cookie and a whole lemon, both for cleansing, clarity, and protection. Curry chicken and jollof rice, cooked with love, seasoned with story. A joint rolled with reverence. Rum shots poured out like libations, honoring the wild and the wise. Pineapple upside down cake because joy doesn't always come upright. Sometimes it flips your world, but tastes just like home. Cornmeal porridge, Jamaican style, to root us in our lineage and nourish the spirit. Cigarettes and cash, because some offerings are practical and some ancestors still want what they loved in life. In the room, some of us, well, no, honestly, it was all of us that signed our goddess contracts. You felt the pull, we answered the call. You didn't just attend, you offered yourself. So this morning, we're honoring just that. We say thank you, and now we listen. Let's pull and see what spirit leads us. No agenda, no script, just presence. If you're live, drop an emoji, a heart, something, whatever, just to let me know that you're there. And light a candle, burn some intensely burn your incense, clearly is what I was trying to say. Yeah, and let's see what's going on. Oh, is the girl with the flame? Yeah, because hopefully that shit goes viral. Because, bro, the whole bottle caught. The whole fucking bottle caught. Why we need assistance? The fuck? Actually, oh, my incense. I didn't do that, so let me do that. Um, what the hell else was I about to say? Maybe I shouldn't use that flame. It's like, bitch, use the candle. Um, what were we just talking about? Oh, the raffle. I'll do the raffle. That way. And then, oh, actually, I'll have to pin it. I was gonna say if someone could put it in the comments, but that wouldn't make sense because it would only be on the platform that you're on. It would only be on the platform that you're on. Okay, so here are all the goodies. And I was talking to Aubrey last night, and I'm gonna try to figure out a way that the virtual participation counts as a raffle ticket, but I just don't want to have to be responsible for taking pictures of the tickets and sending to everyone because that's just adding more to my plate. But I think what I'm going to do going forth for August is that if you show up online, I'll have like a sign-in sheet, so to speak, and I'll just write down who attended virtually, and then I'll write your name on a ticket and just throw it in here. So the virtual ones will have the names on it, but then the ones that, yeah, because that's a lot trying to keep up with everyone. But I think that'll be a good way to make sure that everyone is able to get a ticket that can't come to the events as frequent. Um, but yeah, so does everyone have their tickets up? Tickets. And so with what we're doing for this now, I think that the poll that we took last night, everyone agreed that they wanted the subscriber Sundays on Saturdays instead. So we're gonna switch that going forth. But I think it'll still be I'll try to have it be the last Saturday of the last Saturday of the month. But that way we can try to get group participation. Yes, so we will figure it out. But who's gonna win? Oh, and that's what I was saying. Sorry, going on a tangent. But usually for the subscriber Sundays, what we would do is you would come, or you can attend virtually, but you have to be here or virtually to claim it. Since I didn't pull it yesterday, I'm gonna pull it now, and then I'll post the numbers, and then they'll have until 10 o'clock tonight to claim. I'm weak. Sam said, woo, because let me tell y'all, staying late on a Saturday isn't as regretful as staying out on Sunday. Yeah, because now, like, we're fine and it's not Monday morning. So, yeah, no, definitely. So we're going to switch that to Saturday. And then, so today, the number, once it's pulled, you guys will have until 10 o'clock this evening. 10? Yeah, we'll say 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock this evening to claim, and then if it's not claimed by 10, we will add it to the next month's raffle. So it'll just build up like the lottery. You know how it just, if it goes unclaimed, they just continue building it up. So it will definitely be that. Yeah. Oh, and if you could put in the chats that we're gonna do the raffle too, if someone wants to go on telly. And post the link if they can. I would appreciate that. Allow a few more people to stroll in. And if you can like, share, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. I haven't even checked our YouTube count, but I think the last time I checked it was at 632. So we're getting there. We're super getting there. Hey, morning, guess or good afternoon. It's 12:01. But we started before it breached the afternoon, so we can still say it's our morning wake and bake. Oh, I could probably start. Is everyone? We think we're good to. Hold on, let me light my. Dig it up. Okay, so the winning number is 831335. So the last three digits are 335. And I will put this in here. Hopefully it sends everywhere. 831335. Did it put it on Facebook? 831335. So until 10 o'clock today. Ah! Yay, Aubrey! Woo woo, woo woo. Do a little dance. Make a little love. Get down tonight. Yay! Oh, that's so exciting. So, are you coming to book club tomorrow? You can grab it the next time you are here. I'm weak. Ma'am, expecting a gift and no party. You weren't here. You were full in North Carolina. Congratulations, Aubrey. Get down tonight. Get down tonight. Do a little dance. Make a little love. Get down tonight. Get down tonight. I'm weak. Aubrey speaking it into existence. And look, you planted that seed, ma'am. You were here last night. It was meant to be. It was definitely meant to be. I appreciate you. Okay, so we'll do the African Goddess Rising, because I've been messing with Faces of Oshun, like, hard. But maybe. What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. That's crazy. Did you get all threes last night? It definitely was given last night then too. That's wild. Meant to be. See, it pays to play, aka participate, aka come to events, aka attend the lives, aka listen to my rambling all of the time. I understand that I talk a lot, but half of the time it is somewhat, half of the time, it's somewhat kind of beneficial. I try to not just, I don't know, life. Life in the fast lane. Someone else, I know that's right. I'm weak. Confirmation. Confirmation. Ding, the ding. Not rambling truth. Confirmation. Yep. I'll take it. I will take it. This week. What's this week got going? Mm. People are saying a redo for the feast. Glad you asked. So the next feast, I'm not too sure which goddess it is. I'll have to, and this is why the journal is important. This is why this is why the journal is important. I don't remember which goddess this is, but her feast day, miracle. Okay, all right, miracles. Her feast day is August 9th, I think. So that'll be the next feast day. So we saw how, you work and build. So we saw how the first one went. So we can tweak, see what we want to do, see what we want to add. If we want to switch the dish, maybe make the same food. Um, see what is it Oshun? Okay, so Oshun is next. Um, see what her offerings are and see what we can come up with. Um, I Az Azan, Ayizan, miracles. It almost screams abundance. So she's got like pillars of water overflowing behind her. She's sitting on like a gold, almost like a, not a throne, but you know those like wicker, not wicker, because this one's gold, but those wicker fucking seat things. Oh no, I can't. But miracles. And that's card 42. 4 times 2 is 8. My favorite number. Goddess of Miracles, Haiti, Temple, High Priestess, Element Bush. Mambo Priestess, Aizan, is the wise Haitian Iwa, Queen of the Market, Riches, and Sacred Initiations. Respect her as highly respect her as the highly venerated spirit of the first priestess. That's crazy. Her Aizan's guidance, you are a magnet for miracles. You are a miracle. What if you truly allowed yourself to believe? All things are possible. Dare to dream bigger. Embodiment. You claim you want miracles, but you take a I'll believe it when I see it approach. What if you want what if you will see it? What if you will see it after you believe it? Believe that you deserve to be, do, have the world you want for yourself. You can be your true self, do what awakens your soul, and have your desires. This is life's miracle. If you haven't witnessed your miracle yet today, ask for it and allow it in. Goddess Declaration, my life is full of miracles. I appreciate, we definitely always. It's crazy how, like, within the past few months, honestly, since the first ritual with Ricky, the part one, I am, dude, I haven't uploaded the second second part as of yet. Um, but I feel like that really like honed everything together and brought it together because, like I was saying previously, like we had started the book club a while ago, and it didn't. It was Actually, it was Brandy and I and my cousin for the most part that would regularly do it, and it just didn't. It wasn't. it. I don't know. It wasn't there yet. If that makes sense. Like I don't think that I was ready in my journey, I guess you could say, because I didn't even realize that this deck of cards was paired with the book. I didn't realize that she had an oracle deck. She being Abiola Abrams. She's the author of the African Goddess Initiation. I didn't know that there was oracle cards with it until I found my first set of oracle cards. So everything happens for a reason. And I appreciate everyone coming out and signing the contracts with us yesterday because that was legit the initiation. So I feel like when I first started the book, I had to find my goddess circle, and so that time frame, I was able to build it, and then officially start it. Yesterday was the official start. Well, you can't say it was the official start of book club because we hadn't really started it yet. But that's definitely probably why. Not definitely probably. That's definitely why Nana kept falling out. She was like, "What are you bitches doing? Is it really?" I didn't realize that the full moon was on the 9th. That's wild. Hmm. Interesting. I don't know the other goddess's name. Oh shoot. Oshun is the other goddess's name. Yeah, we are clank clank locked in now. There's no no turning back. Yeah, we definitely can correspond it with the moon, her feast day. I feel like there's probably some correlation with it being the full moon too. Oh, yeah, I feel like I'm gonna, and that's the thing too, when I write in a journal or like write anything, I feel like the first like round of me writing it, I don't like the way that it like looks, so I always have to rewrite it. So I'm definitely gonna have to rewrite my first page as well. But not even really mad at it. Oh, the one that I just pulled now. No, that was not Oshun. It's spelled Ayizan. Yeah. And you see the pillars with the water like overflowing. I really like the flowers, but she's got like jewels on her lap, and she's got gold beads in her head wrap. And there's pomegranate. She's got pomegranate and lemons, I believe, at her feet. Look closely. See, maybe this is that something special. This flame is still slightly going. Don't want to mess around and add any more fucking. Oh, I just put it out. Any more Florida water before. Oh, well, there goes that. I didn't have to add any more. Just had to turn it over. Do you believe? How does that go? How does that song go? I believe in miracles. Page 343. Ooh, you bringing us to the book, Aubrey. I got you. I got you. Let's see. 343. Wasn't that close to someone's numbers? That just what was your number? What was your number? Oh no, it was 335. Let's see. Hold on. Oh, tell me you remember. Oh, she's pretty. Mhm. You sexy thing, you. Okay. Oh boy. Sock passe daughter, miracles abound, bountiful gifts are yours. You are a miracle. So if you haven't witnessed your miracle journey yet today, ask for it and allow it in. Great goddess, Aizan, keeper of mysteries, we see you, we say your name. The royal palms are waving. Oh, those are palms. That makes sense. The protector, Grand Mabo Aizan, Veliki, must be walking. Great queen of the marketplace. Grand Mambo Aizan is the first priestess of voodoo, both in Haiti and Louisiana. Voodoo is based on the natural elements and has no beginning and no end. Or is it voodoo? I'm probably pronouncing it wrong. Traveled from Benin and Togo with Aizan's kidnapped children, bringing miracles into dark spaces. You have been taught to fear that which empowers you. This wise healer of the earth was an ancestor before becoming a deity. God force manifestation. Her energy brings order and peace, clear channels and for abundant surprises. Her magical presence is so strong that when she enters, an immediate cleansing and purification takes place. What? You didn't know about the magic of the Mambo? In 1791, Mambo Sealy Fatiman sacrificed a black pig at Bois Cayman, igniting the Haitian Revolution. Mambo, a voodoo, that is probably voodoo without the that makes sense. A voodoo priestess is a term of respect. Mambos are community and spiritual leaders who can speak spirit to the world. Mambo or mambos are channels for miracles. If it happens to commence in if it happens with commerce in the marketplace, Aizan knows all about it. She wants you to succeed and cares deeply for the weak and the struggling. Her husband, Loco, was the first priest and guardian, is guardian of the sanctuaries and magic. He knows all secrets. Together they make a formidable pair. Grand Mambo Aizan's ancient energy is prosperous and protective. The mother of initiation into the sacred, you will only meet her if you are called. The Ifa must be consulted. The Konzo initiation penetrates her. It used to be that she would never mount anyone during ritual. Times are changing though. The Iowa evolve as we need them to. They are not prayed to, they are served. Aizan makes way for miracles. Our goddess temple circle sister, Gerda Victor, is known as the money mystic. Growing up in Haiti, she lived next door to a Mambo. Gerda was intrigued, but her religious family warned her that her neighbor was an evil witch. The priestess had a daughter Gerda's age, but she wasn't allowed to play with her. Gerda took a peek into their house, but her family said she'd go blind if the woman caught her. Gerda grew up hearing about people being cursed, hexed, or killed by voodoo. She couldn't even lend or borrow books or pens in school because her classmates might use her stuff to curse her. Her soul could be taken away and she could be turned into a zombie to do, the bidding of evil spirits. She was terrified, even though her maternal grandfather and other members of his generation were voodoo practitioners. Years later, she started studying metaphysics and saw glitches in her family story. Gerda no longer wanted to be afraid, so she did the forbidden thing. She went back home to Haiti to attend a fete feast of the ancestors, and one of the most important voodoo celebrations. She also attended ceremonies with the priest as her teacher and the great spiritual waterfall called Sot Adu. Gert clearly remembered being a Sodo Creole for Saint Adu with her mom as a child. Saint Adu is a place for miracles for voodoo practitioners. Thousands pilgrimage there every year to bathe in the waterfall and ask for miracles. Her soul sang and she was expanded by the experience. Her mother insists that they never went. Gerda realized that despite what she had been taught growing up, her spirit had been there before. All things are possible. Let's meet under the baobab tree and talk about times of Grand Mambo Ayazan has made when she's made a way out of no way. She governs all outdoor spaces and keeps watch over gateways, doorways, and windows. Aizan Vave's sacred geometry based in her initials helps her find her children's exact location. Her magical essence extends to the field with her intimate knowledge of healing roots and herbs. She knows what you need for your healing. Her cleansing energy leaves us open to receive blessings. Miracles abound. I'm I'm weak. That's a lot of words I probably can't even say right. But a Zion A, a Zion A, a Zion A, a Zion A, a Zion. I'm going to Guinea to see if I can free myself. Eyes on were tangled. Aibo. Well, damn. Did you? Because Ricky, it's crazy because Ricky and I were talking about my family history. Um, like my mother's family is from Jamaica and my dad's family is from North Carolina, but they're originally from South Carolina. But I wasn't introduced to the Gullah Geechee people until like maybe a couple years ago, and that was when my dad was like, "Well, that's like our people." But it was just like now, as I'm like journeying, it's just like, well, I'm confused now because because I thought that. But that's the thing. It goes back to I have to remember that my family's like we're really like we're descendants of slaves, and I don't think that as I'm realizing it, I feel like the world also needs to realize it. Like my dad, for example, was in elementary school when schools first integrated, so it wasn't that long ago. Like my grandparents, for real, were slaves. So, with that being said, now knowing that we were taken from Africa and brought to the Americas and given Christianity, not even given, but like forced Christianity down to like the Bible's making and creating the Bible that way, us black people would like listen and follow their masters because it's what the Bible said. Sorry, tangent. Really? So Shaylee said, my godmom is from a voodoo island in South Carolina. As a kid, her and her cousins would take people to Dr. Buzzard's house to get work done. That's crazy. See, and that whole, yeah, I don't, my, I feel like with the time in which my parents grew, I feel like my mom's side was way more spiritual than my dad's. My dad's side was more church spiritual, if that makes sense. Whereas my mom's side's more like we believe in God, so I'm not saying that, but my mother's family, like as I started reading the Goddess Initiation, I realized that my grandmother had an altar. She always had an altar. But when I was younger, I didn't know. When I was younger, I didn't know what it was. Um, but now as I'm reading and like navigating and figuring everything out, it's like, nah, grandma definitely had an altar. That was definitely her altar. Nana That's what we called my great grandmother. So her mom, we called her Nana. Nana was on her altar, but I didn't understand it when I was growing up. Even just like with seeing like lemons, she would always get lemons and limes. But aside from cooking, like they would be around the house. But I didn't know. I didn't know. I definitely didn't know. Glasses of water. I, I don't know. I didn't know. I had no idea, but she definitely was. She definitely, she definitely was. But on my but my dad's side, no. My dad's side was strictly like, and still is. I don't think he would be the fondest that I pull cards, honestly, or that I've been like navigating into it. He wouldn't be. And I feel like that's why when people come for me so hard on the internet, well, and not a lot of people have. Truthfully, there's only been like one person on YouTube that was like sending me books back and forth. Um, but I feel like that's why I'm like so like about it, because it's like it's the things that I would want to say to my dad, but I can't. So if you come for me, just be prepared that I'm telling you things that I can't tell my papa, the kid's granddad, grandpa. That was just like my I went to Barnes and Nobles for like some self care thing. I was supposed to go to Barnes and Nobles and find a self care book or something. But before we were venturing to look for the book, I was like, okay, well, we're in Barnes and Nobles. Like, I need a coffee. Like, fuck, who goes to Barnes and Nobles and doesn't get a coffee? So I went to Starbucks. But as I was waiting in line, I ordered the coffee. And as I was walking back to the table, there was the water, like you know how like they have the little display cases of like the cups. There was a glass bottle, a glass water bottle, and it had a crystal planted in the center. And I was like, "Ooh, that's neat," because I was always told that you don't want to just buy crystals because everyone's energy, like you don't know who's touched it, everyone's energies and all that is on it. So the fact that it was in the glass, I was like, ooh, I like that. Like, noted. I took a picture of it because I was like, I'm going to want to come back to this at some point, whatever. Took a picture of it, sat back down, and spirituality ended up coming up with the two ladies I was talking to. And I don't even really know how the conversation came up, but the lady said that people who are spiritual worship crystals. And I'm not confrontational, so I don't usually I usually just let people say whatever they have to say. But that didn't sit well with me. And she just kept going. And I was just like, okay, now I got to say, now I'm going to. So you think that people who walk around, like if someone's walking around with an amethyst stone, you're thinking they're worshiping the crystal. But it's okay for the Catholics to walk around with rosary beads. I'm I'm confused. Like I don't understand why, like how one part of the Bible. So that irritated me. And then she tried to say something, but I was like, but you know what? It's funny that you're saying that spiritualists like worship crystals because I just saw a crystal. It was, and I wasn't gonna buy it, but now I'm going to. So I got up, got up, looked at them, grabbed the one that like I like the most. Went up to the barista and was just like, I have to, like, I wasn't gonna buy this. I have to buy this now. Sorry, not sorry. That fucking $40 fucking water bottle. Whatever. I bought it, sat back down, and I plopped it on the table. And I was like, and it's funny, I was like, and I was here to buy a book for self care. And I was like, I actually just bought a bunch of books about crystals. So I bought a crystal and I will use the books that I just purchased to research and figure out the depths of this crystal. And she just mouth dropped. So that I feel like that was the did who have a I'm weak. Yeah, see? Bruh. I'm and as I'm like telling well not even telling, but as I'm like on live, just like, yeah, my dad would probably kill me. That just like the me selling Confederate flags. I never told him that. I told I told him so that store also had military flags and he was in the military, so I just said they sold military flags. Cuz that was a conversation that I was not ready. I'm still not ready to have with my father at all. But mm-mm, I don't know. I just don't. People are bugging. The lady diamonds are minerals too and have a vibration that was marketed to represent. Did who have a diamond? The lady in the card? There it looks like there's a couple diamonds. It looks like there's diamonds, rubies. Hold on. Can you see it? And the pomegranate. That's crazy though that she controls the markets in the Grove. That's essentially a market. I just felt that whole just reading that though, that was literally Ricky, that was our conversation that we had yesterday. I don't know what the lady I don't think so. I don't know if she had diamonds on her. She was palm colored. I don't know if that I don't know if that I have no clue. But after that, that little meeting was done. Done. They the other lady was like, let's we just wrapped it up. I don't know if she was wearing diamonds. She had said, I remember her saying that she had, she, this lady was on the verge of tears, honestly, when I was talking about the rosary. And she was like, my husband just died. And a few months before that, my mother in law died. So my kids have gone through a lot. And like, it was just a whole lot. And I mean, I didn't feel for her because I've been through a lot. I've lost a lot people. I materialistic like I've lost a lot. Her husband, see, so I don't know. Everyone's going through something collectively. So to sit there and I don't know, I wasn't feeling her conversation. She made me I was so mad. She made me so mad. And it was so stupid. And as me and the other lady were walking out, she was just like, she apologized. Like, there's no need to apologize. But she was just like, she's like, I'm really proud of you for like, like, saying what you said and not like getting, she's like, but you weren't rude. So I was like, yeah, there's no need to be rude. But like, you're not going to sit here and wave your fucking rosary in front of me and then be mad that I have a fucking stone in my wallet. Like, the fuck? Ricky said, exactly, your struggles are not mine and mine aren't yours, so don't shit on what I believe. That part. That fucking part, dude. Like, you're sitting, and that's the thing. And I'm only saying this because I went to a Catholic school from pre K up until the end of fifth grade. So I started a charter school in sixth grade. But they pray to Mary, Joseph, Peter, David, all of the saints. But referencing God is like, I don't understand how one way is okay and then the other way isn't. And what else is tripping me up is thou shalt not steal. But not, was it Nandi? What goddess did we read? That sounds like the story of Jesus. What? Bruh. Aubrey said that lady would die. I mean, she'd probably keel over. One that person on YouTube like wished death on me. I rebuke that in the name of Jesus. Like, what the hell? I literally cannot. People are crazy. People are absolutely nuts. Yeah, the beetle, Shaka. Shaka. Literally. That shot, what? Like king? Shaka means king. Jesus is the King of King, Lord of Lords. No, that doesn't. No, that's not like what thou shalt not steal. Isn't the 12 commandments based on the like the 12? There's some I. There's something. I literally cannot. I'm weak. See, so I don't know. I'm gonna get mad when people, and it's just like no one's saying not to like what. I don't know. But don't all of that energy. It's supposed to be God fearing. Jesus loves me. Yes, I know. It be the religious community that be the most hateful, the most judgmental. Like it's the people of the church that are running people away from the church. Like be so for real. Wondering why that there's a lack of church participation. That's cool. Counting beads. Mad that people are collecting stones. Make it make sense. Like what? Because our stones are natural and not polished. What? Be so for real. Love thy neighbor. Yeah, they don't. Love thy neighbor as you love yourself. Yamaya awakening. See, that's crazy just based off of the conversation that we just had. She's gorgeous. Look at the dolphins. Aside from her birthing, that creativity, her in the water, the coral, the sunset. She's got the what are those beads called? The quarry beads. Oh shit! There's a sunken ship underneath. If you look closely, the sunken ship. 40. Oh, these. This is the same temple. We are in the temple. We have reached the temple of the high priestess, goddess of awakening, Nigeria. That's wild because I did my ancestry DNA thing a while back, and Nigeria is where my people are from. Temple of the High Priestess, element water, goddess Yemaya controls the ocean, the amniotic fluid that nurtures us before we know ourselves. The healing, loving energy of this Yoruba mother, Orisha, never leaves you. Yemaya's guidance, wake up. Awaken now to your true self. Are those tears of joy or sorrow? Let them out. Yamaya swallows your tears. Embodiment, you are vibrating at a higher frequency, so you see everything differently. This is Goddess rising. You are waking up. And once you have experienced awakening, you can never go back to not knowing. The path of awakening is not straight, comfortable, or easy. You have chosen to lift the veil and have a real relationship with the divine. You didn't come to transcend this world while you're living in it. You came here to dig into the soil, plant yourself, and grow. This ascension is your divine purpose. Goddess declaration, I am receiving and radiating love. I'm weak. Yes, go get your cards. Definitely go get your cards. Definitely go get your cards. I did my ancestor. I did it from Ancestry DNA. And I don't know if that one was the one a part of the data breach or something. And I did it during a sale. I think it was like $40. If you look, they usually have promos where it's about either $40 or $50 depending. So just I would look on Ancestry. But yes, Aubrey, that's correct. Um, yeah, Sam said that her sale was $80. Okay, so between damn, that's like a wide gap. So between 40 and 80 if you get it on sale. Um but no, I did that a few months after I had ordered it for my husband. Um but that was oh well no, it was about to be 6, so that was about 6 years ago. But no, actually, so my husband was adopted. So we were trying to figure out. He had like a little ding in his thing. So we were trying to figure out like his people, and we ended up finding them. But his at the time we thought it was his cousin, but it ended up being his nephew. Um, did the ancestry DNA, and that was within the last like 5 months, and that I think it was a Mother's Day sale, and it was $40. 328. 328. Okay. Ian Lee, daughter, we meet again. Let me take in who you have become. Yes, you and I have met many times through many lives. I know you. You know me well. Awaken now to yourself. Awaken to your true power. Great goddess Yemaya, keeper of mysteries, we see you. We say your name. Are those tears of joy or tears of sorrow? If you have to cry, let it out. Wail, scream, thump, let it out. Excuse me, laugh it out, bawl. Yemaya swallows your tears. Her tears are from the Niger River. Whether you first meet her as Yamoja, Yama, name. Okay. As you first meet her as Yamoja, Yamanja, Imanja, or Yamaya, the healing, loving energy of this Yoruba mother goddess never leaves you. Yamaya, as she was called by her enslaved children in Cuba, controls the ocean, the amniotic fluid that nurtures us before we know ourselves. She is the protector of women and the creator, the creative endeavors that we birth. That's what I said. I said the creativity. Um, with the movement of the ocean waves, her body gave birth to the other Orishas. Yemaya was there at the beginning when God asked her to assist with the formation of humans. She was she is primordial divine feminine energy. Like the ocean, Yemaya can be calm, warm, and soothing, or angry, violent, and overcoming. She was there when her enslaved children in the United States sang the spiritual as a code, while hoping for the freedom warriors like great ancestors Harriet, Moses, Tubman. Wade in the water, children. Wade in the water. My God's gonna trouble the water. See that young girl dressed in blue? My God's gonna trouble the water. Looks like my people, they're coming through. Dogs could not track our scent into the water. We dream of fish when someone is pregnant because Yamaya is the mother of the gods. Her original name translates to Ye Omo Ija, meaning mother whose children are fish. The regal queen of the ocean walks or swims where she wishes, as sometimes she chooses to be a mermaid. In some stories, the Orishas Yemiya and Oshun are sisters. In others, they are mother and daughter. Either way, you really find them in the same place at the same time. This nurturing goddess does not like drama. As Yemiya rules the ocean, she is also associated with the power of the moon. In one story, Yemiya knew of Oshun's love of mirrors, jewels, and the beauty of her coily curly hair. These things may have seemed superficial to others, but Yemiya knew her heart and loved her for who she was. When things were good, they were splendid, but when the wars invaded their realm, everything changed. Oshun was forced to flee with the white dress on her back. Yemiya heard her anguish but could not get to her. Oshun sold her jewelries to eat and lost her pride. She washed one of her white dresses in the river until it turned yellow. From the agony of the situation, her beautiful hair fell out in clumps. When Mother Yemiya finally found her, Oshun was distraught. Her vibrancy was gone. She felt poor and ugly. Yemiya took her in her arms and hugged her tight. "I will return," Yemiya promised. In 28 minutes, Yemiya floated back with jewels which she showered on Oshun. You are a queen always," she said. She gave Oshun a peacock. "This beautiful creature is now yours and will forever reflect your beauty, inside and out," Yemiya said, and she pulled back her Gili crown, revealing that she had cut off her half big curly afro, the other half she had made into a beautiful wig. "And here's your hair, my daughter, until yours grows back. You will never ever lose what makes you." Since then, daughters of Oshun have always, excuse me, fuck. Fuck. Since then, daughters of Oshun have always defended Yemiya and vice versa. Yemiya's human daughters are also emotionally expressive and magnetic. These certainly describe the late ancestor Celia Cruz, known as the Queen of Salsa. She left her country, Cuba, after the Cuban Revolution of the 1950s, but she never lost her strong Afro-Cuban pride. During Goddess Celia's life, there were "is she, isn't she" questions surrounding her connection to Santeria. Even though the songs she sang about Yoruba Orishas like Obatala and Balu A, Celia grew up in the same time where African religious practices were illegal. And when they were legal, they were highly stigmatized. Word on the street was that she shouted Azúcar on stage in tribute to her ancestors enslaved in the sugar fields of Cuba. When asked about it, she shrugged it off. She was already banned from her home country and can only imagine her fear of losing livelihood in another. After she transitioned from this life, Celia Cruz's early recordings of sacred Afro-Cuban Lukmi chants were finally publicized. This project, Tocos de Santo, was never advertised and it was originally recorded. Slavery was abolished in Cuba in 1886 and Celia was born in 1925. So young Celia and her fellow lethargical musicians were only about the second generation from slavery. These studio mixes of ceremonial Santo recordings from the 1940s include titles like Yemea Oshun, Chango, Obatala, Aluga, Baluai, and more. According to musician Rosa Marchetti Torres, this was the first time ever that Afro-Cuban liturgical music was recorded. This recording studio had been sanctified before the musicians could perform the playlist of salutes to the Orishas. In the song Yemaya, Celia refers to the goddess as her mother and queen. Celia told her biographer Anna Christa Raimundo that the music soon became much more than religion. It became a beautiful way to express my African roots. I felt I have felt Yemia's loving embrace in the waters of Cuba, Barbados, and the Cayman Islands, Dominican Republic, and, well, excuse me, the Bahamas and Coney Island in New York. And each time she had something new to offer. Well, damn. That's crazy. As I'm like, we'll just like sit with that for a little bit. I'll pull one more card because my laptop is at 11% and my phone is at 20%. Oh, that's not a card. Do I have all of them? So, together. The names of the singer was Celia. If I even pronounced that right. What was the page number? Fuck. Hold on. Just a second. I think it was 320. Okay. And the musician's name. Celia Cruz. Celiacruz. Yeah. And the singer's name can be found on page 330 if you have the book. 3 cards. The last one to send us. Actually, the last one to send us out will do. Oh, shoot. I'm weak. You ain't lie. You ain't lie. Dropping out page numbers. I didn't even make that connection. 2 points for Gryffindor. 2 points. Me like trying to go against the. Or I could just plug my shit in. Oshun of Unlocked Gates. Freedoms breaking barriers, unleashing potential. The peacock feathers all around, even at the top. If you look, well, those look like people. No, those probably aren't. But there's a whole peacock right fucking there. Right there. And if you look in her hair closely, I could probably get a little closer. There's like people. There's faces in her hair. 36. Oshun of Unlocked Gates. Freedom, breaking barriers, unleashing potential. I hold the keys to my own liberation. Initiation of peacocks. Ready or not, the gates to your freedom are open. Liberation comes in many forms. Choose yours. You're standing at the threshold of newfound sovereignty. Pinpoint what has been holding you back: fear, self doubt, or external factors. To embody this commitment, take immediate, tangible action, no matter how small. Maybe you'll finally book that class you've been curious about or initiate a challenging but necessary conversation. Walk through this unlocked gate. What to do now? With your freedom comes the responsibility to set fresh boundaries. Be clear about what you will and will not accept going forward. If your freedom is tied to something bigger, like a job loss or a breakup, recognize this moment for both loss and growth. You hold the key to your own destiny. Now is the time to turn it and step into your full power. Her story: Oshun represents several forms of liberation, including emotional, sexual, and spiritual freedom. In some sacred stories, Oshun is depicted as the liberator of her devotees through her ability to heal, inspire love, and bring prosperity. She frees people from the bounds of despair, unhappiness, and emptiness. She is associated with the fluidity and shape shifting power of water. Her ritual: arrange a path of small stones or crystals on a table representing the road you wish to clear. Place a white or gold candle at the beginning of this path and another at its end. Light the first candle, asking the goddess to support your journey. As you move along the road, remove any stones or crystals you feel that represent present obstacles. When you reach the end, light the second candle, inviting new opportunities and open doors. Yeah, man, you ain't lie. She did give her the peacock. Yeah, she did. She definitely did. I'm weak. Not according to the test. Yeah, that's wild. She definitely did give her the peacock, and there it goes. She gave her the peacock the freedom. She's like, you can be free. Break those barriers. You've got so much potential. The peacock was the creativity. Insane in the membrane. Insane in the brain. Okay, so before I lose all my footage because everything is dying, I appreciate everyone for tuning in to this episode of Wake, Bake, and Pull. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. That way we can get into the algorithm, boost our subscriber count, and be able to monetize our website. If you haven't checked out our website, Pretty Girls Smoke 2, Girls has a Z, so PrettyGirlsmoketoo.com. Check out our website, see what we're about. I appreciate everyone. Bye.